This is week 3, slightly more exciting than last week, with a fun day trip. And with that, here's Monday. Actually, there's only one clip because all I did on Monday was go to class and come home, take a nap, and hate the fact that it's Monday. And then on Tuesday, uh, it, I tried to be slightly more productive. I went to the gym in the morning. We're given access to the UCL gym, so we get to share that facility with UCL students, and it gets really crowded in the day. Apparently, past noon. Since we went in the morning, it wasn't too bad. It was actually quite empty, but I heard it can get really crowded. Um, and then afterwards, we ate lunch nearby at this cafe in the university. It's much better than the university food we have at Syracuse. It was cheaper for one. Like most of the items were £2, £3, and there was a lot more variety. And I can say it tasted way better than Syracuse food. Afterwards, again, trying to be productive, we went to a library. We went to a Welcome Library, which is around the corner from the gym, and it was pretty quiet. Not as quiet as the other library we found, but it was like a good study space, and we didn't feel like we were getting shunned for moving. And then I came home, went to a grocery store to pick up some stuff for dinner. I made this tomato and egg dish that I eat really often at home. On Wednesday, I had class again. I had class in the morning. So I woke up and got ready for class, made breakfast. I've been eating crumpets, and the blueberries here are huge. Like, I didn't have anything to properly show it in reference to, but I mean, I would say the coin is roughly the size of a quarter. So that blueberry is roughly the size of a quarter. Crazy. But surprisingly not that sweet. It's a bit sour. And then after class, we sat down and planned our fall break trip. We have fall break the last week of October. We're planning to go to Paris and Amsterdam, with like our time split halfway between each city. I think it will be fun, like because we'll get to explore more than just a weekend trip. Like I think we have a proper 4 to 5 days in each city. And then yeah, afterwards we came home. I made dinner. I made this like potato and pork dish that I also eat very often at home. Um, and then Thursday, I had another crumpet. Fantastic way to start your morning. Went to class. This is my early morning class, early morning being 9 a.m. And then afterwards, I didn't have anything planned, so I went on a walk around Hyde Park. It was really sunny, and you could see like a lot of people just sitting around in the grass. The park is like pretty big, so like I I could keep walking for like a full half hour, and I only reached about half of it. I was on the lookout for like the Princess Diana Memorial, um, and I did find it. It's actually a fountain. It's a pretty cool fountain. I didn't get a clip of it because there's a lot of people there, and I didn't feel like a clip would really do it justice. But nonetheless, I found it, and yeah, I feel like Hyde Park is just something you can walk through like again and again, and just like find something new because there's also like a sculpture garden inside. It's a gigantic park. On Friday, we went to Camden Market. Yeah, it's like I don't really know how to explain it. There's like a lot of food stalls. Yeah, yeah, like just like small food stalls where you can go and order food, and there's a big variety in like different types of food, but mostly a lot of fried food. Um, I had this Caribbean fried chicken with this really good um, mango and chili aioli sauce. So good. I also had halloumi for the first time, which I guess is like fried cheese. I don't know. But it's not really like mod sticks where it's like stretchy cheese. Halloumi is like kind of like chewy cheese. Like if tofu was a cheese, it would be halloumi. Oh, and then afterwards, I came home and I was going to take a nap because you know when you're out in the sun and you get sun tired? I was sun tired. But my roommate wanted to go to the Victoria and Albert Museum, the art museum, and like we wanted to go because this is the last weekend of the London Design Festival. So there were a few installations that we wanted to check out. Um, one of which is like this cool like bamboo donut looking thing. Um, it's made of bamboo and carbon fiber, and it's I guess kind of just it's supposed to show like the flexibility and malleability of like bamboo combined with carbon fiber makes it like a really light material, so it kind of like can go up, and it lifts very lightly. And then we also saw like a fashion, not it wasn't an installation. It's just like the fashion part of the art museum, and there were a lot of cool pieces. On Saturday, we went to Brighton, which is south of London, and it's like an hour away by train. Um, yeah, it's like just the place that everyone goes to when it's nice and sunny outside. But that being said, it surprisingly wasn't that crowded. Um, we could like find a spot to ourselves, and um, I guess what's different about Brighton is like the pebbles. Like instead of sand, there's pebbles, and it's really hard to walk through barefoot. I made that mistake, and it hurt so much. But yeah, it was a nice and sunny day. Um, it was really hot in the morning, but then it cooled down in the afternoon. Since there's like a cool breeze, the water is just freezing cold though, so I didn't go swimming. And then yeah, we went to go find dinner. We had ramen, and then we made our way back to the train and came home to London. And then today is Sunday. I went grocery shopping again, and got some stuff for the week, and then did homework that's due tomorrow. And yeah, that's Sunday. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more. I'm just kidding. Please don't. So, popping in with another thought that I've been having is, about identity. And obviously, identity is ever changing. And I think, especially when you go somewhere new, um, you're always thinking about to how you present yourself, and that's been coming to my mind a lot recently, particularly because I feel like being in this, of course, Europe, like in a different country, even just I guess presenting like saying like where you're from. I've always like kind of found difficulty in explaining that because I mean where I'm from, well I was technically born in Hong Kong, but I guess I lived out most of my childhood and my life in in Las Vegas, not Syracuse. but then I go to school in Syracuse. So I guess like where I'm from has different meanings, and like each of these places affect my identity in a different way. But I feel compelled to say that I'm from Hong Kong a lot more, particularly because of the recent protests in Hong Kong. I feel like there is a lot of history here with Hong Kong previously being a British colony, and we were discussing how a lot of the social issues and like protests and stuff coming up, a lot of these places were previously British colonies, which I think has a lot to do with everything, of course. Like, it seems like colonization was like such a long time ago, but we still see the effects today, and I think it's unfortunate that we don't see the effects until now. And even then, we're not learning from them. But that's a tangent. And so, I don't know, I just feel like, again, I'm in a new place, and I feel like I want to know what my identity within this new place is. And I think since we're a bit more global from than Syracuse, I I want to kind of explain my global background. Um, I mean, I still get a kick out of people's reactions when I say that I'm from Las Vegas. That's fun. Now, when I say that I'm from Hong Kong, people are like, whoa. I'm like, yeah. Um, and also, I feel like it's really common here to be from somewhere else. I forget these exact statistic, but I feel like it's less than half. I feel like it's about 35, maybe 40% of people here are born in a different country. So it's much more common than in America, where most people there are, well, actually I don't want to say that. It's just more common. I think it's more diverse. Um, I think tying this back into my thoughts about London versus New York City, New York City is also described as a very diverse place, and it I think I agree it is. I think the diversity is different though. Like the diversity here is I guess more, I don't know how to explain it. I just think it's different. Different types of minority groups. I think that ended kind of weirdly, but I wanted to add that I also feel compelled to say that I'm from Hong Kong because, like, as I go around, go shopping, or just like live here, I find a lot of things that like I recognize, like some cultural things, some brands that I recognize from childhood, from seeing around Hong Kong. So I feel like a connection to British culture in a way. Like I don't feel completely out of place. I feel kind of like I'm in a more Western version of Hong Kong, where like seeing, I guess, advertisements and stuff, it's all like Western figures like Ariana Grande and Zendaya. I mean, I haven't been to Hong Kong in a bit, but I think it's different in Hong Kong. I think in Hong Kong there's more like Eastern or like Asian faces and celebrities and style, but London is like a Western version of Hong Kong. Yeah, so it doesn't feel all too like new and unfamiliar. So I think that's another reason why like I'm also exploring a different part of my identity and how I relate my identity to my new surroundings. And that is my thought again.